Just get a little introduction. You're doing this, your team's doing this, and you're seeing great results, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Groupon has seen a lot of success in the last year or so. They're doing really, really well. But businesses are still not getting it. I think they just, think it's an easy way to generate some quick cash. But realistically, Groupon, it can be very, very detrimental to a business if they don't know what they're doing. So, the tactics I use are a bit of a scare tactic, but there's the truth. I mean, if businesses don't stay in close contact with their Groupon buyers, it could cost them thousands of dollars.
What you have here is a killer tactic because you've got leads in front of your very eyes. You know exactly where they are. They're pretty easy to convert with the system that you're describing. And then you can bring them onto a retainer with your services that you're talking about. I mean, is there anything else that needs to be added?
Groupon is a great way to get leads because, again, they've got their hands in the air and they're sort of waving at you saying, hey, we're looking for business, we're trying new things, we're open to, trying new stuff. So absolutely, it's a great tactic, and I think if you put it to use, you'll get some good results out of it for sure.
Cheers, Roger. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, that was awesome. Dan, tell us briefly about your coupon strategy and the results that you've seen with it.
Well, Barry, on the issue of the coupon strategy, I've been teaching this now for about a year, and I've had incredible...
Finally, you should be able to access right now Dan's Consultant's Playbook in Module 4. I highly suggest that you download this now, as we're likely to have to remove this from the program at a later date to prevent market saturation. So please go straight over to Module 4 and download the Playbook. All right, ready to get started? I suggest you head over then to Module 4, download the Playbook, and then get started straight away with Module number 1.
Strategy. We're talking about a guy in his mid-20s, starts a little coupon business, of which a good part of it is mobile, and within a few years, Google is knocking on his door, offering him $6 billion. Now, if this guy can bring about success at the level of $6 billion, the funny thing is that he was offered $6 billion but turned it down, and the reason he turned it down is because he could get more. But if somebody can take a concept like that, to the billion-dollar level, certainly any warrior that gets these strategies and combines it with the knowledge that you already have and goes out there and does this strategy in your local community, working to put yourself in between college kids that want deals and the businesses that want the business of these college kids, you're destined to be successful at this if you just follow the steps, step by step, that I lay out. The other thing is the extra bonus, and you twisted my arm to do this, and I've not done it before. And I'll probably get a little bit of flack from a lot of people that have paid me hundreds of dollars for this, but I've agreed to release my mobile consultant playbook. And the reason I put this together is because the most common question that I get from students when they go out and sign up clients is, what do I charge them? How do I figure out, what to charge for my services? And it's true that you can kind of PFA, pluck from the air any number and go for it, but there's a psychology that's going on, and if you understand the psychology, I'm talking about the psychology of the business owner and what's going through his mind when he's talking to someone who is interested in helping him with marketing and driving traffic and business. There's a psychology going on, and what I've laid out in this playbook is exactly how to find the clients, how to present to them the services that you can offer, and I'm focusing on mobile, and then how to determine the price to charge. And it's a surpriser. I'm not going to tell you now, it's in the guide, but it's a real surpriser as to how you come about this. And the final thing I cover is what services do you provide? I have so many people that say, hey, Dan, I can go in and I can probably get them to pay me, a few $100s to set up their mobile site and a few $100s to do some mobile SEO. And, there's a few things I can do for them. But pretty soon they're either going to figure out what I'm doing and they'll realize that there's not much cost to this, or they're going to go and do it themselves, or they're going to get their next door neighbor's kid to do it, or something of that nature. But the reality is that there's a litany of services, mobile consulting services, that you can provide to a business owner that they cannot get any other place. I think I'm the only person that has laid out a whole year's schedule of what you could do every single week as a consultant, so that they will keep paying you and paying you and paying you and paying you. There's not a great deal of money in text messaging. They're paying a few pennies for every text message they send out. So I know there's a lot of gurus out there that say, hey, go set up a text message system, and every time they send out a text message, you're going to make a percentage of that. Well, hey, if they're spending a nickel and you might make a penny off of it, how many freaking text messages have to go out before you're making the millions that you want to make? It isn't going to happen there. But you can charge a lot for your services. If this were not true, I wouldn't be doing it myself. This is basically where I make the majority of my money. It's not from teaching courses. It's from consulting. And about 90% of my consulting at this point is mobile. So if it's what I'm doing, if it's what the Groupon CEO is doing to build $1 billion company, if it's what hundreds if not thousands of my students are doing, there's no reason that a warrior couldn't do it, and even do it better. I got to tell you, before I part here, I can't leave this offer out that long with the playbook. So that'll be a limited offer just for you, Barry. And anybody that wants to, take us up on it, we'll limit it, and then, it's back in the member area where people, where it's been all along, and people have been paying good money for it. So that's it.
We'll get straight into some strategies. Are you there, Barry?
Yeah, I'm here, James. And I tell you what motivated me about this, and that is Dan Hollings. Everyone that's listening to this module, as I suspect, has already heard Dan Hollings in module number 2. And if you haven't, I would stop this recording right now and go and listen to Dan in module number 2. But what you'll find after you finish with Dan Hollings, he has a great idea. Let me just summarize it, James, in 30 seconds. Basically, you build a big mobile list from university students, and then you find interest that they would probably have, whether it's restaurants or pubs or whatever it might be. And then you go to those business owners and you say, look, I've got a list of your prospects on my SMS, on my mobile list. And if you pay me X number of dollars based on the size of your list and the business in question, you can demand from them $100 to $1,000 a month to send out an SMS blast to drive traffic into their business. That's the basic idea. But what I realized straight away when I heard Dan say this for the first time is there are probably even lower hanging fruit out there, James, than even university students. And what's beautiful about what we're going to discuss here is that every individual has their particular low-hanging fruit staring right in front of them. So I thought it would be a good idea to perhaps throw out a few of these ideas so that people start to think about this. This isn't an exhaustive list, but it's certainly something to get people excited and to think about their own personal situation so that they can build this list quickly and perhaps build a bigger list than they could ever imagine. And in some cases, it won't cost them anything in order to build it.
Brilliant stuff, Barry.